So, hello YouTube, we are on YouTube. Let's start. Hello, Matheus.
Which one?
Wow!
Ah,
No,
no,
just
no,
one
they
in this
they
room.
they were split.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it.
Hello.
In this room, we have just one, Matheus. Would you introduce yourself and
Okay.
after each answer the question number 2, do you use your personal phone for professional tasks? Please, Matheus.
So my name is Matheus. I live in Curitiba. I am 27 years old. I am mobile developer. So
Wow, good
it's
start
a
for you.
yeah. It's my first time here in a tech talk. Um, yes, I use my personal phone for professional tasks. Uh, I I think that one problem with
Hmm.
using the personal phone, uh, it's it's not the using the phone itself. It's uh,
Okay.
the networks, the apps, the social media apps
Okay.
that are
Hmm.
installed, like WhatsApp. So in WhatsApp, I have uh, work colleagues and family and friends, all in
Many groups.
the same number. So sometimes I'm not working, but
Hmm.
I have to I open the app and I see a lot of conversations about work. So it's very hard to
Hmm.
disconnect. Even after I finished with work, I have to continue receiving a lot of information about work. So
Emails
it's
too.
not emails because emails are my uh, I don't receive work related stuff in my personal email. And I usually just uh, see my email in the desktop. So
Hmm.
it's at least that it's not on the phone.
Yeah,
But
it's
uh, yeah,
it's a good thing.
there is other apps too besides WhatsApp that I use,
Hmm.
like uh, the VPN client I need to use. It's on the phone. A lot of
VPN client
VPN, yes.
for connect your in
It's
VPN
into
eh,
work VPN.
because the MFA in your smartphone.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So do I.
Yeah, yeah. And besides that, I think I use apps like uh, personal task management apps
Hmm.
and
Good.
yeah, but the other things are in the desktop.
Hmm. Nice. And do you have many groups about your job in your smartphone?
Yeah, actually, recently I've quit my job. So what I'm telling was from my last job. But yes, uh, uh, I've had like at some point like 5 groups and work related groups with
Hmm.
different people. So yes, a lot of
Hmm.
groups. Uh, Besides that, there is family groups and friends groups, but
Hmm.
there was a lot of work related groups.
Hmm.
Even groups that we don't talk about work with the people from work, we talk about other things. Uh, Actually, it was forbidden to talk about work in these groups. just
Is it
just
possible?
no.
uh, I believe so. Yeah. Thank you, Matheus. You said a good point when you said, I need to connect in the VPN. I don't have email, corporate email in my smartphone because in my company is forbidden. Email in mobile is possible just for manager. I'm not manager. I'm an analyst. So I can't work because it's necessary to authenticate so I'm the administrator in my network. I need to use the multi-factor authenticator for everybody. Everything that I need to do in my company is necessary to use multi-factor. But I don't use email, but if I lose my smartphone, I will have problems because I can't read emails. Good point. Thank you, Matheus. Hi, Julia. Would you introduce yourself and answer the question number 2, please?
Yes. So I used to work with a corporate environment. Then I retired. Then I started teaching English, and I lived.
You are the teacher, English teacher?
Yes, I'm an English teacher.
Nice.
Yes, I asked Phil to participate because I have lots of students who work in IT and so on, and it's good to have a variety to discuss something that it's apart from my classes. Yes, and I lived that process for more than 35 years because I was an international operational manager in one of the companies I worked for. And yes, number 2, to use your personal phone. I used to not, well, nowadays I have to use it. I have to keep it in order to be connected to my students because they always text me. And I think it's terrible because you have backlogs and you have to be connected, and the video showed us exactly what happens. We, you know, although it's manual, as she said, you get attempt to look or either Instagram, either Facebook, and it distracts you a lot, right? Yeah, it's terrible, but yeah, very interesting. I have already saved.
Yeah, I love this video.
Yes, and I'm going to share with my students. Super interesting.
Yeah, in many cases, Julia, we don't realize because I received a lot of notifications. Every week, I need to disable a notification in app. In last week I disabled the Instagram because Instagram every time because I don't X every time Instagram, but there is a intelligence artificial inside the Instagram because wow, Vinicius, long time no see Vinicius. I send the notification because he needs to log in Instagram. I disabled because I have a lot of messages. Yes,
yeah, I do need them because there are very interesting things to share with my students. But if you don't control it, how exposed and you know, sometimes I spend 7 an hour looking and really distracts me. So we have to be really aware how we are using all the electronic devices. Definitely.
Yes, I totally agree. Thank you for your answer, Julia.
My pleasure.
Hello, Heitor.
Hello, guys. I'm Heitor. I'm living in São Paulo. I'm work as quality assurance for a big company of cashback. And answer the question. I try to avoid using my cell phone for professional tasks because I I've already used it so much, but unfortunately nowadays I have to make the second authentication in some sites of my company, and I have to use my cell phone, unfortunately. But actually, most of the times I try to avoid give my personal number and in work. I think just my manager have my number for any situation. Like today, I was working until 9:15. We had a problem on company, so he calls me at 6, asking me to stay at 9. Well, I think it's normal for a professional.
Yeah,
But
for technology jobs, yes, it's normal, unfortunately.
Horrible. You have a release to delivery tomorrow, so unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I think that nowadays I try to avoid to give my personal number, but sometimes it's not about me, it's about the company. So you have to do it.
Okay. Thank you, Heitor.
No problem.
Hello, Fabiana.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Fabiana. I'm 32. I'm 32 years old. I work as a Scrum Master and
Scrum Master, nice.
video analyst too. This is my first time here, talk. I'm liking it. I like it.
Nice.
Answer the question. Well, I use my cell phone, my personal cell phone, to do things at work, for work. Actually, I prefer like this because how can I say? Sometimes I'm late to get to enter at the work, and then I can see my chats and my email from my cell phone. And when at the on the weekends, for example, I can turn off my profile, my work profile on my cell phone. So there's no problem for me.
Yeah, you work with agile methodology. It's very important to use the smartphone. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Good to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, Claudinei. Long time no see you, man. How are you?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, all. My name is Claudinei. I am 48 years old, and I live in São Paulo, capital, next to the Guarulhos city. And I work with information technology. It's been 80 years, more or less. And answer that question. Yes, I usually my smartphone for professional tasks. Yes.
On weekends too, Claudinei, or just in work days?
For all, I usually my smartphones in any situation, because I don't have commercial smartphone and number commercial smartphone, because I believe that is more difficult to administrate for 2 or 3 numbers, and I choose yes, I choose use one number, and I am very organized with this. And in my smartphone, I used to send message to my customers and administrate a lot of projects. And 18 hours, I disconnect my professional, and I cannot to attend customers or my colleagues of the works, and that's all.
Yeah, it's help. Okay, thank you, Claudine.
Okay.
The next question is important to me because nowadays I don't use it, but when I used to set up my professional email in my smartphone, but in my actual company, no. But when I have my email in my smartphone, I feel so pressured when I receive the message or email, important email, my boss email, the direct email. Wow, I need to answer, and it would be a big problem for me and for company. I believe so. But nowadays I don't have this problem. But I think this question is very interesting. Mateus, would you feel more pressured to have corporate email set up on your personal phone?
Yes, I I I've never had a email set up on the phone, but I think it was good. I think that if I've had email on the phone, I would feel very pressured because uh, it gives an anxiety to like I have to respond it right now, or it has been some time that I didn't respond it. And sometimes the email just people send it off the working hours, so it's like at night, and I don't want to be thinking about the problems at night. I want to relax. I want to hang out with my family and friends, and I think that having it on the phone where you do your personal things and suddenly you receive a email notification.
Mm-hmm.
It's very anxiety trigger for me, at least.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, Mateus. Julia, it will be great to hear this from a teacher, an English teacher. Would you feel more pressured?
Guys, but one of the reasons that I left corporate environment because it was because of this. Of course, I was overwhelmed. I was super stressed. I had to answer emails promptly because sometimes you have a position or a job that it does not require that you answer them fast. But in my case, I was super stressed. It gives everything Mateus mentioned. Anxiety, you feel nervous, you feel irritated because you have to get the answer. And I burnt out. That's why I left the corporate environment. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think you have a how can I say, Julia, unanimidade in English?
I'm sorry, come again?
How can I say unanimidade in English?
It's unanimous. Everybody's facing it. Yes, you can say that.
I think
everybody's facing
in this question.
Yes, everybody's facing that problem. And if you talk to anyone, everybody is super stressed because your life used to be separated. You had personal life and business life.
Yes.
During the pandemic, it seems that they overlapped.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And it's not just the email. It's like I've said on the first question, a lot of work-related content on other chat apps like WhatsApp and Telegram, and it, and
It's a lot of
it's even
a
more
lot of
quicker.
things. Exactly, a lot of things that you have to deal with. I cannot cope with that. It's impossible. Instagram, WhatsApp, email, people calling. Yeah.
Yeah, you said a good point before, Julia. Ending up with the pandemic, the situation got worse
Yes.
because it's very difficult to find out a balance between your personal life and the business life, corporate life.
Yes, definitely.
Mhm. So, Heitor, thank you, Julia. Thank you, Matheus. What about you, Heitor? What's your opinion? You are on mute. On mute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem.
Actually, on my first experience on industry, so I could be able to separate my work life and my personal life. So I had my professional email on my cell phone and WhatsApp groups of work. And on my 3 last jobs, actually, I could separate that very well. So when they ask me, so can we put in the group? I say no. If you want to talk to me, you have to send an email on my work time on the day. So I think it depends of a kind of person, because you have to put some fences. Okay, you have these limits until here. You can call me, you can say everything, but after that fence, just some urgency or just something then is very important to company. So I try to keep my life behind my professional life. And actually is get a word, I think is, how can I say, vem dando certo. I don't know, but that's the expression that I want to talk in English. I think is that.
Okay. It's health. It's work out. Julia
Okay.
helped us. It is working out.
Thank you, Julia.
Julia.
Yeah, it's working out.
Fabiana, what about you? Would you feel more pressure to have corporate email set up on your personal phone?
Well, nowadays, I rarely feel pressed about that, because, as I said, was my option to get my email on my cell phone, my work profile on my cell phone. And when I receive some important email, I want to ask right now in that time. But if I don't want to ask, I just forget, and tomorrow I will send a message for him or for her, whatever. That's no problem for me nowadays, but used to be a problem for me, but not now. Thank God.
Yeah. Thank you, Fabiana. I totally agree with you. Claudinei, what's our opinion? Would you feel more pressure?
Well, no. For me, it's very simple, this, because I'm very, I don't know, I believe I'm very chato. In my case, I'm very clear and strict with my clients and my customers. Okay, and just as I do my job, and they must do theirs. So I start off work 30 past 7, and I finish work
Early.
18 o'clock. Okay, 18 o'clock. 6 p.m. 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yeah, I start 30 past 7 a.m. and finish.
From 7:30 to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, I got
from and I can see, read, and hope to answer the message from the from day following. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Claudinei.
Okay. You're welcome.
The next question is so particular, but I will ask. Mateus, do you often read your emails on your mobile phones, personal and the corporation? Don't worry, no problem. In bets or whenever a notification arrives?
I often read it whenever a notification arrives. I think it's very bad because it's really distracting.
Yes, it is.
And the work emails generally they required an instant answer. So having the notification made me feel like I need to answer this now, and I need to stop doing what I'm doing to answer. At my last job, actually, on the last months there, I was so stressed that I begin ignoring the notifications, and read it from time to time. Like I put some Pomodoro timers, and
Pomodoro is a good method.
yes, it
I like
helped me a lot
Yes.
with focus. So I started the Pomodoro, and I just I closed all the apps that could notify me of something, and I try to focus for that time on a single task, and it helped me a lot. Some way that way I've read the emails in batch, because I just read them when the Pomodoro timer is over. So then I open the email, and there is like
good.
3 emails there that I've had to answer.
It's a good methodology, yes.
Yes.
Claudinei liked your answer. Probably he used Pomodoro.
Yeah. I use. Yeah.
Can you answer? Go ahead, Claudinei. No problem. Go ahead. Feel free.
Okay. No. I usually Pomodoro technical. It's very good for me, and help me too.
Nice. Mateus, do you use a specific application for handle the Pomodoro methodology?
Recently, I've been using one from. I found it installed in my Windows. It's the Watch app. It has the Pomodoro feature now. You can set how much time do you want to work, and it automatically put the intervals between the time. You can also, but I've discovered this app on the last week. Before that, I've used the first one that appeared on Google search for Pomodoro. I will copy the link here in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Nice tip. Thank you, Matheus. Julia, and you, do you often read your mails on your mobile in bets or whenever a notification comes?
Well, I work in compliance areas. So for more than 35 years, I had to read every single email. But now I was more, I was connected. I say, well, I have already heard about agile methodology, Scrum, Squad, Pomodoro. Never have I heard it before. That's fantastic. I'm learning lots of food for thought here to share with my students. I like it. Very good.
Good, nice. Good to hear. Nice. Heitor, what about you?
Well, in my actual company, we stopped to use emails. So we just use Slack messages. I think it's more faster and easier to avoid because they don't send the check of reading the message. And I think it's very good when you saw a message that you want to ignore it. You just say, sorry, I didn't see your message. I think it's working out for me. It's very nice.
Good.
And I just received a mail when, I don't know, maybe the pipeline of the Jenks stopped or crashed. It's just the emails that I received.
DevOps times.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes.
But they already migrated to Slack too. So in a few weeks,
Slack is so useful, right?
Yeah. I think it's the most incredible tool of IT.
Well, good topic for our meeting.
Yeah.
Slack.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
So I think that, but when I want to ignore some message, I just say, oh, sorry, I didn't see your message.
Okay. Thank you, Heitor.
No problem.
Fabiana, what about you?
Well, I usually read my emails as soon as they arrive, but it doesn't mean that I answer it. But in my company, I like Heitor, as Heitor said, I don't use email so much, so I receive a few emails per day, so it's okay to read them as soon they arrive to my box. It's okay.
Yeah, I had a few problems when I use the Outlook app in my smartphone. In the full configurations, the Outlook sends a sound. Wow. It sucks. I disabled the sound because I use the smartphone, my smartphone every time I disabled it.
All sounds about emails are shared from Teams. It's causes me anxiety, so I turn off all sounds.
Me too. So do I. Claudine, thank you, Fabiana. Claudine, I know you are loving Pomodoro methodology, but do you often read your mails in batch or whenever a notification comes?
Well, I usually the Pomodoro in my personal smartphone, and I prefer always remember that the time of the rest and the time of the work, and I program my simple smartphone to note me about the time of the rest. In answer the question about balance my life. I think so because I'm very, I forgot again the word, but I'm very chato.
Boring, Júlia.
And
Can be boring.
boring. I'm very boring.
Can be boring, can be
Boring.
dull, can
Yeah,
be
yeah.
both.
Yeah, thank you, Julia. With my customers, and I said to him that my work there are start and finish to make, and the smartphone company will work with me in this hour only, and I believe that that's I will off after 6 p.m. and that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Claudine. Thank you, Júlia. It's a privilege to have you in our meeting.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Julia is incredible.
Yes, she is. She is. The next question. Mateus, could you have a balance in your life by keeping a corporate fund?
I think it's too hard, but I think that the approach
Really?
of having no, I think the approach of having a corporate phone it's better than having the corporate apps on your personal phone. So having a corporate phone, I think it's very useful, because you can just turn it off at the end of the work day. So
I
yes,
thought it.
yes, the personal phone you can't, because you have to communicate with the people from outside of the work, but at the same time, if there is the work demands on it, you sometimes uh, it it used to happen a lot. I sometimes I just don't wanted to answer someone from work for any reason, but I've had to take my phone to talk with someone from my family, and the person sees I am online, and they see they are annoying. So
Yes.
so I've had to answer, and this could be avoided with a corporate phone. I think that it's a good idea.
Yes, I totally agree. Thank you, Mateus. Julia, what about you? What's your opinion? Could you have a balance in your life by keeping a corporate fund?
Well, the only thing I can tell you is based on my experience when I was working, but I remember there was a time that was really tough because I used to hang out with my friends and they were complaining a lot because I had to, answer all the time things. And of course you can, if you control it, if you have, if you establish a routine, and no, I'm not going to do that because I have a life, I have a private life, and this somehow interferes a lot, but it depends on you, right? But if you allow the thing to, spread in a huge proportion, it can be something that not jeopardize, but can cause you some problems, I think.
Yes.
But it depends on you, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Julia. Heitor, what about you?
Well, by my experience, I think it's pretty hard to take its balance. As I say, when I have a corporate mobile phone, when I turn off, always my manager ask me, why you turn off your phone? I call you and you didn't answer. So I have to say, of course I turn off. I was on my vacation time.
Yeah, you're right.
I rest. And well, someday I deliver the phone. I just say, take the phone back because I don't want it's life for me. I want to have my free time for me, not thinking in my job, what I did, what I have to do the next day. So that's is one reason. Then I never want to give back a mobile phone from my work.
Okay. Thank you, Heitor. Good
Welcome.
answer. Fabian, what about you?
Hi. I think it's possible to have a balanced life with corporate phone. Depends on me. And I
You and the Our Boys.
yes, but